Good morning everybody and welcome to the start of the video. I said in the last video that I was going to try this and I never did. So today, to start off the video, we are going to try this. This is my favorite almond milk, okay? You have seen it many times in the vlogs. So this is organic holiday nog. I thought it was eggnog, but it's holiday nog. I don't know what that is, but the important thing is that this has really good ingredients: filtered water, organic almonds, organic maple syrup, organic nutmeg extract, and Himalayan pink salt. That's it. Y'all know I'm a sucker for a clean product. So we're gonna see right now if this is good or not. Glucosate residue free too, whatever that means. Won't he do it? I hope this is good. I have high hopes. I don't know, it smells kind of like prunes. It looks like eggnog. I love eggnog, y'all.
Thank you.
We just got these cups out the dishwasher. Okay.
Cheers.
He needs some milk.
Tastes like old cereal milk.
Yeah, it tastes like cereal milk. Yeah.
Old cereal milk.
Old, like,
you know, when you get to your last scoop of cereal,
yeah,
you still got some residual milk and you drink it. That's what it tastes like.
Oh, that's bad. It kind of tastes like wood too, like an aftertaste of wood.
Wood? Wow.
That is a fail. I will give it, it's a solid
0 for me.
0?
Yeah.
Low key, it's a 0. So it's not a great start to the video, but I promise we have got good things in store for you today. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I meal prep for a 4-day trip, and I'm going to take you on that 4-day trip and show you everything I eat, what I got going on, everything. How I meal prep for a 4-day trip. And I'm going to finish this glass because I refuse to not thug it out, but the rest of this may or may not go in the trash. And it is now 8:54 p.m. my friends, and I've just ground up some coffee for the morning so that I don't have to grind it up and make all that noise at 3 o'clock in the morning. But just went on a wild goose chase, put some more air in my tires, but the tire warning pressure light is still on and the tires feel fine, so I have no idea what's going on, but hopefully everything's gonna be okay. I've been working slowly throughout the day on my meal prep. I finally got it done, so I'll show you guys a little bit of what I got so far. So we have our carrots, as you know. This is chicken. I'll go into more detail about this as the vlog goes on, but this is an entire bag of chicken wings. We've got some rice and broccoli in here, some chicken and rice that I made. So a lot of chicken, a lot of rice and broccoli, some sandwiches. So that's a lot of what I have. I have some more in my bag, but again, I'll show you more in the morning and as the trip goes on. But we have a 4-day trip ahead of us starting tomorrow. It's 8:56 now and I have got to go to bed. I'll see you guys very bright and early in the morning. Good night. Good morning everybody, it is the next day. So I'm just getting ready to head out the door. I actually didn't realize it's daylight savings time today, so I guess I gained an hour, but it's 3:51 in the morning and I gotta get out this door. But first I'm gonna fill up my water bottle. Is this color weird? Okay, that's better. First I gotta fill up my water bottle. This is one of the most important things that I always bring with me because obviously being on the plane all day makes you dehydrated. So I bring my own water bottle so I can make sure that I stay hydrated all day. I just made myself some coffee to help get me through this day because today we have 3 legs, but water is the most important thing. And I always start the day with a scoop of electrolytes in my water bottle just because it helps me to stay hydrated better. This is Scratch Labs. I'll show you. The color is still being weird. What is going on? Anywho, so this is it's Scratch Labs Orange Tangerine electrolyte mix. I use this when I'm working out, but also when I'm working on the plane. So the reason I like this is because it has no sugar in it, and by no sugar I don't mean it has stevia, I don't mean it has monk fruit, I mean there's no sugar in it at all. It doesn't taste like anything. The fruit flavor comes from tangerine juice and orange oil. There's no sugar in it at all. So I use this during most of my workouts and when I'm at work because I don't want to really consume any extra sugar. I don't needed, especially when I'm working on the plane. So just 1 scoop of this. There's some electrolytes. Ooh, Lord, not me spilling it. And I just do 1 scoop a day when I'm at work. When I'm done consuming this whole water bottle, I'm not gonna put another scoop in here. I'm just gonna fill it up with plain water and drink it. So that's the start to the day. Now the hardest thing about meal prepping for a 4-day trip is fitting everything that I want in my lunch bag. So I'll talk more about my lunch bag later in the vlog. I do need to get out the door, but I get asked about this all the time, so I'll talk more about the lunch bag later. But rule of thumb, if you can close the bag easily, it means you definitely forgot something. Everybody, I am at the airport in Denver, D-E-N, and I've got an apple in my pocket that I'm gonna eat as soon as I get on the plane. But it's early. But the best part about being early is that you get a really good parking space in the employee parking lot. The worst part is I'm tired and I wish I could still be in the bed. But just to give you a little rundown of what we got going on today, we have 3 flights. First, we're going to Orlando, and then we're going to DC, I think, and then we're going to Raleigh. So today is the longest day of the trip. I am working lead as usual, and I've got my water, I got my coffee, and I got my apple. And since this is our longest flight of the day, I'm probably gonna eat one of my substantial meals right now. I don't really want to because I'm not really that hungry, but you gotta pick your battles, I should say. You have to eat when you can. And if I try to wait until the second flight, which is probably when I'll actually be hungry for it, I probably won't have time because the flight's only gonna be like, it's gonna be less than 2 hours. So by the time we get finished taking care of the passengers, there'll be no time for me to eat. So I've gotta eat, gotta do it now, gotta shove it down now. So that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm about to head over to the plane and get this day started. All right, y'all, we are back. I've got the carrots here. You already know what it is. I'm in Orlando right now. Great flight. My crew is excellent. I am so happy. Literally having a good crew is not even half the battle. It's like 99.9% of the battle. So that is just amazing for a 4-day trip. I already know we can check that off. We are good. But the flight was about 3.5 hours. Pretty good flight. Nothing special to report. I'm gonna smash these carrots and sit here and watch YouTube videos for the next 57 minutes, and then we will be on our way to DC. It's been about an hour. I'm gonna start heading back, getting my stuff together and heading back to the gate in a bit. Smashed a good amount of carrots. I'm drinking some water, and yeah, it's time to get back to the gate. I am feeling tired, but we gotta get this next flight done, and then we are pretty much home free because on the last flight we deadhead. So I will see you guys when we get to DC. We are finally at the layover. When I tell you I am tired as a dog, do you hear me? me, my alarm went off at 2:50 a.m. to get ready for this trip. So I've been up
a long periodically time
since before the crack of dawn. But anywho, we are at the hotel finally. I'm gonna give y'all a little mini room tour. All right, here we go. Front door, suitcase, little couch chair situation, TV situation, desk. This is a really nice hotel room. You always get the nicest hotel rooms when you have the shortest layovers. If you know, you know. Little sink. There's a microwave. The girls love a good microwave. And we've got a fridge, but is it cold? Ooh, that is ice cold. Nice and crispy. Right, gotta put my food in there. And I already went in the bathroom, but here it is. Toilet, shower, nothing special. And there's another sink. There's sinks all over this hotel room. Came in and just did my stretching and got it over with. I didn't even want to sit down. Here's the bed. Just one bed today, and these pillows look acceptable to me, but you already know I have my pillowcase, so there's that. And we got the closet, and that's it. That's the room. Do we have a view? I doubt it. Oh, a view of the parking lot. Yep, that's the view as usual. And that is the room tour. Just got off my deadheading flight, which means I was just flying as a passenger pretty much. They were transporting us from DC to Raleigh so that we could work a flight from Raleigh tomorrow. So I got to sit down. I actually got a window seat. Y'all know I'm an aisle girl, but I did treat myself to a window seat this time. And I leaned up against that window and I put my jacket over my face and I went to sleep. The whole time I was thinking, like, what would I do if I was working this flight right now? Like, I was exhausted. I literally wanted the flight to keep going for another 4 hours just so I could keep sleeping. I mean, y'all, I did not take my jacket off of my face, not one time during that flight, but I did eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before the flight as we were sitting there waiting for boarding, and that's about it. Recap of the day: I flew from Denver to Orlando, MCO, Orlando to DC, DC to Raleigh. That's what we've done today. I did just stretch, and right now I need to put all my food up that I have left over for the day, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my Yeti because people ask me about this every single day. I'm going to show you guys what I have left so far. I'm going to tell you guys what I ate today on day one of this trip. This is the bowl that I had my first chicken and rice meal in today. What I normally do is I'll only bring one glass bowl, and the reason for that is because these glass bowls are heavy. Sometimes I take up a lot of room, but mostly they're just really heavy because they're really heavy duty. You feel me? This is a great gift for a flight attendant, or somebody who works on the road, or somebody who can meal prep, anybody who packs their lunch. I got these Pyrex containers for my first year. My first Christmas as a flight attendant, my mom got me a set of Pyrex containers, and I still have pretty much all of them. The only ones I don't have are ones that I've lost because they're pretty much indestructible. You can freeze them, you can put them in the oven, you can put them in the microwave, and they're just really hard and durable. I prefer to cook things in glass. I just feel like it's got less chemicals, it's cleaner, I know what glass is. So I bring one glass container and I use it for pretty much everything. I'll just wash it out and cook all my meals in this one glass container. So since this was just chicken and rice before, I'm gonna put some more rice and broccoli in here. So I had chicken, rice, and broccoli earlier, and I'm gonna put another portion of chicken, rice, and broccoli in here just so I can make some more room in my bag. The hardest thing about meal prep is that you have no room the first couple of days because you just cram everything in there. Like I said earlier before we left the house, if you can close your lunch bag easily, you forgot something. So think again, check again. This is my bag of chicken wings. So I'm gonna put, so a meal for me is about 3 wings. So I'm gonna put 3 of these wings in this bowl along with this chicken, rice, and broccoli. And it's just a simple meal. It's nothing special, but it is something that I enjoy eating, at least on the road. I probably would give it a little razzle dazzle at home, but I'll show you how I give it a little razzle dazzle on the road. But yeah, chicken wings, broccoli, and brown rice. So like I said in the last video, if you watched that, it's important to pack stuff that you actually like, that you actually want to eat. This is not the time to try new recipes. Ooh, did my camera just move? Or try like weird stuff on the road or stuff that's like not good because, is that closing? Yes, all right. Because you won't eat it. You just won't eat it. You'll waste it. You'll end up throwing it away. And the goal every trip when I meal prep is to eat every single thing I brought, especially everything cold. So, that is always the goal. Now look, I have a lot more room in this bag, which will help me close my lunch bag tomorrow. And as you can tell, I use a lot of reusable bags, Ziploc bags, Pyrex containers. I like to save the earth. I'm one of those people. So any way I can just avoid using one-use containers or plastic, I do. I got these at World Market if you have one of these, but you can buy these online, probably on Amazon, anywhere. Speaking of Amazon, pretty much everything I talk about in the video, I will link in the description down to my Amazon store if you want to go check it out, just to make it easier for you to find everything that I'm talking about in this video if you're interested in purchasing any of those things for yourself. But I love these bags. And now I can cook this in my glass container. So I've got 3 chicken wings here. I've got chicken wings, rice, and broccoli here. I've got 2 containers of clam chowder. I've got some potatoes from my dinner last night. We actually had steak and potatoes and salad last night. It was actually really good. And I have, what is this? This is actually a thing of coffee creamer. Yes, I'm bougie and I want creamer for my coffee, so I brought it, period. I'll show y'all that when I make coffee for myself, probably tomorrow or the next day. And of course, I have my carrots. Y'all already know what it is. Eat your carrots, okay? These are the perfect vegetables to bring on the road. They don't wilt, they don't get all mushy and crazy. The only thing you have to worry about with carrots is them freezing. So I always put them on the door of the refrigerator so they're not close to, so like this, for example, and so they can stay cold but not get frozen, because then that does suck. Someone brought us some mini 3 Musketeers for the crew. I will admit I caved and I took 3, so I have 2 left. I already ate 1 because, you know, I just needed it, y'all. Do I have anything else in here? I have a little silverware set or plasticware set that I got on Amazon. It's really cute. I always bring this with me. So it's a knife, fork, spoon. I love this thing. I also always, oh, it's like, there we go, problem solving. Also, when I do happen to get food at restaurants, I always keep, so like I have a bunch of these in my bag in case I forget my silverware, which occasionally I do forget my silverware. I want to talk about this. This is what every flight attendant should have right here. What everybody who packs their lunch should have right here. These are called Go Stack containers. I bought these on Amazon and I bring them with me every trip. So I've got hot sauce in the bottom one, which I use a little bit of today. I've got electrolyte powder in the middle one, and I've got greens powder in this third one right here. To get you this, you can put any kind of condiments you want. What I love about this is, especially with the hot sauce, if I tried to bring a little mini bottle of hot sauce with me, because of the pressure on the aircraft, it would explode. It would explode, it would get all over my bag, it would just get everywhere. With this, the way these screw on, they don't come off. You have to use the bottom of another one to get the lid to come off. So for example, I can't just unscrew this top, I would have to take it off, put it on the bottom, and unscrew it. So that's kind of annoying. If you only want to bring just one, you do have to bring at least 2, but I don't know what it is. This is super like tight, and I've never ever had this hot sauce explode when it's in here. Now, do I still put it in a plastic bag? Absolutely, because I'm not playing Russian roulette with my life and having my whole entire bag and all my clothes smell like vinegar. Low key, I would trust it without the bag. Another thing I like to bring are sweet potatoes. This is a raw sweet potato, and these are just perfect. You can put them in the microwave, you can put them in the oven, and they cook up. You eat them, they hardly need anything on it. I just put a little bit of salt on mine and I eat it. So my last day with my last portion of chicken, when I run out of rice, because that's my last portion of rice, I'll eat it, my chicken with a sweet potato, and it'll be amazing. So bring sweet potatoes, they're super duper easy. What else I got in here? I got all kinds of stuff in here, y'all. I'm about to show y'all all this right now. How do I have all this energy now? 2 more peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on sourdough bread. It's actually really good. That's one of my go-tos. I have one of these, one of these beef sticks for every day of the trip. So this is called the new primal. It's just the original beef stick, 8 grams of protein, 90 calories. It's just a little snack. It's, you know, a snacky snack. And then I have some more soup in my bag, which I'll show y'all that maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day when I actually cook it. I ain't digging in there for that. But it's in a box and it doesn't need to be refrigerated unless it's opened, and it's not open. So that's the food situation. I am kind of hungry right right now, so I might eat one of those beef sticks. Like, I would love to honestly heat up one of the clam chowders and eat it, but it's already 8 p.m. here and we have to leave at 6:40, and I really need to catch up on sleep. So if I eat, I'll have to wait like 3 hours for my food to digest, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just gonna have a little beef stick, or maybe I won't, or maybe I will, but let's talk about the Yeti. Okay, so this is my Yeti. I'm not sponsored by Yeti. This was actually a gift, and I'm so grateful for this gift because this is the boss level of meal prep, okay? If you're a meal prep queen or a meal prep king, eventually I hope that you get to level up, get something like this, because this has been an absolute game changer. Because yes, I do like to meal prep because it is healthy, but I also kind of have to, because the way my body is set up, if I'm eating a bunch of processed foods, sugar, food that other people cook that I don't know what they put in it, my body just swells up and it's extremely painful. So making my own food not only benefits my wallet, but my physical health. So this is very much needed. I get asked about my Yeti every single time I do a trip. People are like, oh my God, that's so cool. Do you like it? Yes, I like it. So this is the Yeti Hopper 12. Now there is a Yeti Hopper 8, which looks like it might be a good size, but it really isn't, because it's a little bit too small, because when you open it up, there's this thick insulation on the inside. I don't know if you can really tell on the video, but it's almost an inch thick, and it might even be an inch thick, but there's less room, there's a little bit less room on the inside than what it looks like there is, but the insulation is really good. I've had this Yeti for, I want to say going on 3 years. Yeah, going on 3 years I've had this Yeti. I pair this with my trusty dusty ice bag. You see how there's still a lot of ice in there? Yes, there's some water, but there's still a lot of ice, because this thing keeps things cold for a long periodically time. There's also ice in here. So it's, see, what is it? It is 8 o'clock here. So it's 6 p.m. in Denver, and I packed this up at 3 a.m. and there's still ice in the ice bag. So it keeps my stuff cold for a very long time. At the end of the video, I'm going to show you 2 other alternatives that are a little bit cheaper than this. This Yeti Hopper 12 is $250 right now. So it is a pretty penny. It is more than a day's work for most flight attendants just to buy this one bag. So I'm very fortunate that I got this as a gift, because like I said, it's changed the game. It's changed the game. There's a lot of room in here. One thing I will say is you have to make sure you zip it all the way up. All the way up. Okay, this zipper is heavy duty. Don't stop the zipper right here. Zip it all the way up, and it keeps stuff colder for longer. So Yeti Hopper 12, I would highly recommend it. I will say the only con about this bag is that it doesn't come with an external, like, so this is a strap that I had to buy separately on Amazon, which I'll also link in my Amazon store. But you've seen in the videos, I put my bag, and a lot of flight attendants and flight crews put their lunch bag on the handle of their suitcase. So we need like a strap like this, which most crew bags come with a strap already on the back of the bag or some kind of pocket, so you can just slip it over the handle. This does not, because this wasn't exactly designed for flight crews. So Yeti needs to make a bag specifically for flight crews. So I had to buy this strap separately. It was like $8 and it works great. Also, there's not any external pockets on this thing. I used to love my other lunch bag that was cheaper, my e-bag, and it had like pockets on the side. It had a pocket on the top. It had a pocket on the front. I used to be able to fit so much stuff in it, not have to put so much stuff in my suitcase. So that's the only cons really of this suitcase, is that there are no external pockets and there's no strap. Now I know you can buy like a separate accessory external like pouch that you can attach right here, but I'm balling on a budget and I just haven't really, I've adjusted to this way of life. I would like to buy the other pocket, but I don't know. Maybe I will one day, but not today. So that's the only con I will say, but I would definitely, other than that, I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10, honestly. But if I had to judge it as a whole, I would have to give it an 8.5 out of 10 for no pockets and no strap. So yeah. Also, these are just as important as this. Fill this up with water, you put it in a freezer, turns into a solid brick of ice, and that really helps to keep things cold a lot more than just putting like ice cubes in it. So that's what I do. For the rest of this trip though, since I probably won't have a freezer after tonight, I'm going to just use ice cubes to fill it up from the hotel ice machine, and I really don't have to worry about it. I really don't have to worry about my food pretty much all day unless I have a really long day. I'll usually check on it every like 5 hours, check on the status of the ice, but but it's usually hardly melted. With my e-bag, with my cheaper lunch bag, it was still fine. They were still good lunch bags, but I would have to change the ice like every 2 hours. The ice would be like melted. My stuff would be starting to get warm. So this just really eliminates me having to constantly worry about my food or potentially get food poisoning, which also happened one time with my other lunch bag. I literally had the food in there for like 2 hours on ice and it got warm and I got food poisoning, and I was in the bathroom on a flight that I was working. So fun times. All right, I have blabbed quite a bit. I guess I do have some energy after all, but I'm about to watch YouTube videos for the next hour and a half or so and go to bed. It is 8:32 right now, and our check-in, our van is at 6:40 a.m., but they have free breakfast at this hotel, and we never, ever get to stay at hotels with free breakfast, or if we do, half the time we're leaving way too early to even enjoy the free breakfast. So van's at 6:40, free breakfast starts at 6. I am literally going to be waiting there with my plate at 5:55, period. I'm taking advantage of this free food. I'm taking advantage of this free breakfast. So we're gonna see what this breakfast is hitting on. And yeah, I will see you guys bright and early again in the morning for day 2 of this trip. Good night. All right, let's go see what this free breakfast is hitting on. What's up, everybody? I have not been able to update y'all all day. It's been such a long day, but I'm finally in El Paso, and look at this room. It's so cozy. I started to be like, where is the bathroom? The bathroom's over here. I haven't even... Okay, this is nice. Okay, shower. This is cute. Super cute. It's not often anymore that I go to places I've never been before, but I have never ever been to El Paso. This room is so freaking cute. Let's see what the view is hitting on. We got another parking lot view. Ooh, okay, a little better. Rooftop, a little street action. Now, do we have a fridge? That's the real question. Looks like we do, but is it cold? That's the question of the hour. It is, it's cold. Not as crispy cold as the last one, but it is definitely cold. Good morning. I just laid down for just a second and fell asleep for over an hour. I got my shoes ready. I got my watch all charged up, ready to go, but I think I'm gonna listen to my body and sleep. I didn't rest the night before the trip. I didn't rest very well last night, and I think my body, have you ever played The Sims? If you play The Sims, if you try to keep them awake, their sleep meter, their need for rest, like it's on like a meter on the screen, and you can see when they need to go to sleep. But if you try to force them to stay awake, eventually they'll collapse and pass out and force themselves to go to sleep. That's how I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling like if I continue to play catch up with my sleep, then I'll eventually just collapse. So I am going to save it for tomorrow. Let me show you what it looks like outside now. Quite different than when we first got here. The sun is setting. But let's do a little recap for today, because I did not get a chance to vlog or really update you guys today. It's been go, go, go. Had breakfast at the hotel in Raleigh, and it was pretty good breakfast, decent. They had bacon, they had an omelet station, although my coworker said the omelets weren't great, but they had an omelet station. They had bacon, eggs, sausage, grits, like they had a little bit of everything. So I might be picking up the short Raleigh more. So on the first flight, that one was about 4 hours. I didn't really eat because I just had that big breakfast. So I just had some carrots while we were sitting at the gate waiting for our aircraft to deplane and be ready for us. Ate my carrots, got on the plane. We did the 4-hour flight to, where did we go? Denver. And then we landed late because we took off late. So we had to get straight off the plane, walk from terminal A to terminal B, which you have to take a train, and it's a long journey from all the way to the end of terminal B all the way to the end of terminal A. So we got there immediately. When we step on the plane, the customers start boarding. We have barely any time to put up our bags or to go to the bathroom or anything. So it's just been go, go, go. I did eat my last chicken and rice and broccoli broccoli meal on that flight. Even though it was a short flight, I just wolfed it down. I was hungry. So now I have 3 chicken wings left, a sweet potato, and I have clam chowder. I have 2 things of clam chowder, one which is on the Hot Logic right now, which I'll show you if you haven't seen it before. The Hot Logic is back, and I have another thing of tomato soup and just some random snacks that I have left over to eat, but everything's in the fridge. I did manage to put my soup on the Hot Logic before I laid down because I knew that there was a chance I would not be able to get out of the bed. So if you don't know, this is the Hot Logic, the legendary Hot Logic. A lot of flight attendants have this. It's not a hot plate, but it's like, I would call it like a warming plate. You can't cook anything on it, but you can warm stuff up on it. I like to warm up soup in particular on the Hot Logic. That's one of my favorite things to do. Warm up soup, maybe warm up some bread. You can't, like I said, cook anything on it. Like when I first got it, I was like, oh, let me see if I can cook a sweet potato, a raw sweet potato. You can put a raw sweet potato on there all you want. You can put it on there for 24 hours, but it ain't gonna cook it. I love the Hot Logic because it's portable, it's easy to bring in my bag, and it's great, especially if there's no microwave in the room, which there's usually isn't. For example, there's no microwave in this room. We usually just have a fridge and no microwave. Now, most hotels will have a microwave somewhere that you can use, but often it's dirty, it's far away from your room, you're exhausted, you don't really want to walk around the hotel to find a microwave. I just use my Hot Logic, and it takes me about 2 hours to heat up, like that clam chowder, for example. So it's been on there for about 2.5 hours, so it's probably hot by now. And again, I just use my glass Pyrex bowl. So I cooked my chicken and rice in the Pyrex bowl earlier on this last flight, and then I rinsed the bowl out and put my soup in there and heated my soup up in there. So I just reuse the same glass bowl for every meal that I need to heat up. That way I have something to heat up my food in, and I don't have to worry about carrying a bunch of glass bowls. So I'm about to eat this soup. I'm about to destroy it. I'm hungry again after my glorious nap. So let's see if it's hot. Definitely feels hot. It's Hot Logic though. It's hot. Yep, it's definitely hot. So I'm going to dig into this clam chowder. But yeah, that's how I heat up my food. And of course, I've got my trusty dusty plasticware. So all right, I'm gonna have some extra room in my Yeti this morning. Finally, it's diminishing. The food is getting eaten. Good morning. It is day 3 of 4 of this trip. This is the day where the snowball effect starts to become apparent. Been catching up on sleep since day 1. I slept better last night than the night before, but still not amazing. That nap that I took yesterday was better than the sleep I got last night. So my advice, if you feel tired, always ride that wave and just go to sleep right then, because if you try to wait until the appropriate bedtime, you might not be able to fall asleep then. So that was the case with me. Yesterday I ate, I got my stuff situated, watched some YouTube, and then I went to bed at around 8:30, and I laid there for a good bit before I could actually fall asleep, if you want to call it that. But anywho, I'm gonna finish closing everything up, get out the door. I have got the breakfast of champions right here, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on sourdough bread, and I cannot wait to eat this on the way to the airport. So that's what I'm about to do, and I will try to be a much better vlogger today. Hopefully today isn't as go as yesterday, but we have 2 flights today. First flight is us going back to Denver. We've got a lot going on right now, but we are back in Denver after flying from El Paso. I will talk to you guys when we get to Savannah. It is about 4:30 p.m. and we are in Georgia, Savannah, Georgia. Day 3 out of 3, we can officially say it is complete. Just to recap, we did wherever we laid over, back to Denver, and Denver to Savannah. So now we're here. I'm gonna give y'all a quick room tour. Bathroom, just got in the room. We got the beds. I'll probably sleep in this bed. TV, nothing special about this view, but it is the classic flight attendant hotel room view. There it is. parking lot. On the bright side, the old me would love this hotel because it is right next door to a Waffle House. Less than 100 feet away. I could walk to Waffle House and go insane on Waffle House right now, but I'm gonna keep it cute. Okay, those days are over. But it's days like today where I wish it wasn't. It's tempting, but I'm gonna keep it cute. I just put some soup into the Hot Logic, so it is in here getting started, getting cooking away. It's gonna take this at least 2 hours to get hot. So in the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna go to the gym. I put on my gym clothes and I am doing my very, very best not to dwell in this room too long, because the longer I sit here, the less motivated I'll be to go to the gym. So I don't care if I just get on the treadmill and just walk, because I haven't gone to the gym this whole trip. I've been tired. I have actually been working on my push-ups this whole time. I just haven't filmed it. I know I've said this a million times, but this time for real, I am on the road to getting my first push-up. So I've been doing 30 push-ups a day. It takes me the first day it took me like 4 hours to do them, and then the second day, this will be day 5 of me doing 30 push-ups a day on my knees still, but with proper form. And I'm working my way up to being able to do just 1 real push-up. So it's hard. Gotta get this upper body strength situated, but staying consistent. So today will be day 5. Today is actually November 5th. It's election day, and I was a little nervous about flying today, but even more so about flying tomorrow. We don't need to get into politics, but everybody knows this is probably the most tense election of all time, and I'm nervous about working tomorrow, because had I thought about it while I was bidding for my schedule, I would have gotten at least tomorrow off, because I don't know how people are going to react to whatever the results are. Whatever the results are, I just hope that everybody behaves, because what tends to happen is the flight attendants are the ones who get the brunt of people's frustrations, whatever they are, on any given day. If somebody's having a bad day, they take it out on us. So if somebody's mad about whatever the results are, they might try to cut up. I don't know. I hope not. I'm not going to speak that over us, but I'm nervous about it. And I'm in Savannah right now, and I know that Kamala Harris is coming to Savannah tomorrow. So luckily we're leaving at the crack of dawn. I did notice that they seemed to have extra law enforcement at the airport when we were leaving, or when we were exiting the airport when we got here. So the one thing I do like about this job is I know that nobody can just bring guns into my place of work. Nobody can bring a gun on the plane. They've been through security, they've been x-rayed. They can't just come to where I work and start, going crazy. And everyone who works here has had federal background checks. So, that does bring a little bit of comfort also. So I know it'll be fine. I would know if it wasn't gonna be fine, because I be knowing, but I just am excited to be done with work tomorrow and go home and stay home until the air clears. So we might not even know the results tonight, depending on how close it is. They might drag it out for a day or two, which hopefully they don't, but I'm not gonna fill my head with that stuff tonight. I'm gonna relax, and I'm just going to go to the gym, eat my food, stretch, do my 30 push-ups, and go to bed. So that's my plan, but let's go hit this gym. Let's see what the gym is hitting on today. That is the hardest it has ever been for me to get into the gym. It is dark outside now. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I laid down. I did it. I sat down, and then I laid down, and then my eyes closed, and I went to sleep for like an hour and a half. So here we are. We are at the gym. That's the important part. This is the hack right here. If you ever need water to refill your water bottle, you can always find free water in the gym. They'll always have a water cooler or water bottles in the gym. Sometimes the hotels are nice enough to give the crew free water bottles, but usually not. The soup is hot. Definitely hot. Yes, the bowl has been used for many days, but just enhances the flavor, right? Oh yeah, that's hot. Definitely. Woo. All right, just got back from the gym, refilled my water bottle, and now I'm going to eat some food. I wanted to stay in there a little longer, but it's already past 7 p.m. and my van is at 5 a.m. So I want to go ahead and get this food down the hatch. I'm telling you, this Hot Logic Mini is an absolute game changer if you're a flight crew. This is one of the best meal prep purchases I've ever made. And this thing has stood the test of time. I've had it for like at least 7 years, at least, and it's still cranking away. So Anywho, I'm gonna eat this soup. Another day of clam chowder.
Bon appetit.
One thing about meal prep is you eat the same things over and over again, but it's okay. You get to go home after a few days and switch it up. So I'm looking very much forward to going home tomorrow and eating something different. I almost ordered sushi on DoorDash, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I stood there on the treadmill for a minute and I put 2 salmon rolls in my DoorDash cart. Why did it come out to $27? $27 for 2 salmon rolls. Salmon rolls are like the most affordable rolls you can buy. It's just rice, seaweed, and salmon. That's it. $27. And I politely exited, closed that tab. I said, not today. We are almost at the home stretch. Don't get weak at the very end. We are almost home and we have spent a total of $0 and 0 cents this whole trip so far. Day 3, I had a huge peanut butter and jelly sandwich for breakfast. Then I had a beef stick, a humongous sweet potato, chicken wings, and now I'm having clam chowder. And I'll probably have another beef stick again, honestly, because I'm hungry. And then tomorrow we have a short day. And so all I have left really is some more soup, some potatoes from my leftover dinner the other day, more beef sticks, pistachios, and one more peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So I should make it home. I will make it home. I will make it home, and then I'm going to mess up some food. Good morning, everybody. It is day 4 of 4. We have finally made it to the last day of this trip. Last night I ate my clam chowder and I went to bed and I got the best sleep I've gotten on this trip so far. It still wasn't amazing, but it was some hours of sleep, I'll say that. I made myself some coffee this morning. So I got this coffee on Amazon. I was looking for some kind of convenient way to make coffee. I have my portable water boiler. I love that thing. I got it on Amazon and I use it to make tea. This is the first time I've used it to make coffee, but between that, the Hot Logic, the Yeti, all these little things that I have, it really makes meal prep so much easier. But I'm gonna drink this coffee right now. It's called Purity Coffee. I don't know. I only got a few on Amazon. They are pretty expensive, so I don't think I'll do it again. I think I'll stick with instant coffee because it's like $12 for 5 bags of coffee. So that's kind of expensive, low key. So I don't know, but we got ourselves some coffee. It's black coffee. I did bring coffee creamer, but I actually left it out last night on accident. So when I found it this morning in my lunch bag, it was basically like, it looked like Elmer's glue. It had been sitting out all night. So pretty gross. I have a feeling everything's gonna be just fine at work today, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I gotta get downstairs. It is 4:51 a.m. I gotta get downstairs. I'm gonna sip on my coffee. I'm gonna stay awake. We've got 2 flights today. It is go home today, so let's go home today. I will see you when I see you. I am in Newark. We just landed and I have about 30 minutes until about 40 minutes till I have to board. The flight was pretty quiet, pretty good. There was only like 50 people on the whole plane. So yeah, we didn't really have much to do. This next one will probably be different though, because the flight is completely full as it usually is, hub to hub. And we're going from Newark back to Denver, and then we will be back home finally. I have my peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm about to have this beef stick, you feel me? And that's about it. The vibes are pretty quiet. There's been no drama today. They're jackhammering or something, so I'll talk to you guys when I get on the plane. All right, last flight, best flight. I'm gonna eat my last meal, some soup and some potatoes. Then we will be home, Newark to Denver. Let's go. Oh my God. Thank you, Lord. Praise God. Woo! Hey, B. All right, I hope you can hear me over the heat blasting, but we made it home and I've officially experienced my first snow of 2024 in Colorado. Luckily, the roads aren't bad. It's just pretty, the roads are just wet. So I'm gonna try to just get home as quickly and safely as possible and stay my behind in the house. I'm not gonna lie, I have my mouth set for a pizza because I said after this 4-day trip, I was gonna treat myself to a pizza, but I don't know. I mean, the roads don't look that bad. We'll see.
A few moments later.
Yes. What in the world? Oh, I thought a piece was missing. There we go. Y'all, I am about to obliterate this pizza. This is what we get for doing so good with meal prep over these last 4 days. Yes, ma'am. Also, I'm gonna have salad. Ooh, I'm about to go crazy. So excited. Pizza obliterated, check. And now we are here on my days off and everything is well with the world. And we spent a total of $0.00 on a 4-day trip on food, snacks, everything. And I'm pretty proud. I must say that is always a goal whenever I go on the trip, is to spend $0. And even though I got weak and put that $30 sushi in my cart, I didn't do it at the end of the day. I did not do it. So as I said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to show you guys a cheaper alternative. I was going to show you two, but the other lunch bag that I have is, I don't even think they sell it or make it anymore. So I'm just going to show you the most popular lunch bag that flight crews have for meal prep. This you will see everywhere. Most flight crews have this. It's stained, it's not dirty, okay? It's got this insulation right here. It is stained, it's pretty old. I've had this one for 10 years. As you can see, it has seen better days. I've used it up until I got my Yeti, and this is a pretty good lunch bag. I would give it a 6 out of 10 if I had to compare it to the Yeti, just because with this bag, you do have to check on the ice more. It's still a great bag to keep your food cold, to hold all your food. And I love these pockets. There's a pocket on the top. Oh, we got some stuff in here. What we got? I haven't used this in so long. Sugar packets, more instant coffee. Someone actually, I think one of you guys actually sent this to me. Dang! More instant coffee. Clearly there's a need at this job to stay awake, but there's a pocket at the top with a little zipper pouch right inside right here. I used to be able to keep so much stuff in this. Zipper pocket at the top. We got the zipper on the front. Is there anything in here? Interesting. Yeah, more zipper pockets, and there's 2 pockets on both. There's a pocket on each side, so lots of room in this. The only thing I would say about this is that you have to check the ice about every 2 hours and change the ice, put more ice in it, because it doesn't stay cold as fast. But other than that, it's a great lunch bag. It's under, I believe it's under $50. I want to say it's like $45 maybe. I think it was like $30 when I got it, and it has just as much room as the Yeti. It just looked a little smaller because there's not that much insulation in it. So that's a cheaper alternative. That's something you can start out with until you can afford something better. But like I said, I had that e-bag for 7 years, so it was good to me, but it is a relief now to not have to constantly check to make sure everything is good with your food. But other than that, that is a video, y'all. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you took something useful from it. Like I said, my Amazon store will be linked down in the description with pretty much all of the useful things that I talked about in this video. So if you want to check that out, it's in the description down below. I am going to finish editing this video because I did not know. I thought it was going to be 30 minutes. I did not know it was going to be an entire feature length film. So if you watch the video all the way to the end, I want you to leave a bunch of pizza emojis so that way I know you got all the way to the end of the video. That's it, y'all. Make sure that y'all are taking very good care of yourselves. It is the most important thing you can do in your whole entire life. If you like the video, you already know exactly what to do, so just do it. Okay, thank you. And if you have any tips or tricks or any suggestions for meal prep, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section down below. Speaking of comments, if you leave a comment, even your pizza emoji, so that way I know you watched the video, I always reply to every single comment. So go ahead and leave those down below, and I will see you guys very soon with another video. Bye.